I want to hear more about Jeff's season 4 energy. Throwing my intro out. I'm leaning into this one.
I'm not really sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
It's constant, ready to dish. I want to just go episode discussion. Real life doesn't matter. We can worry about all that stuff later. I just want to I want to stay in WeHo or Hawaii, wherever I need to be, and get into this hardcore. Not just the T.I.P. I want the whole thing.
You snuck me again on the T.I.P. Okay. Hello, everyone. This is But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio. I am Sundi, pop culture professor and self-proclaimed expert on all things pop culture. Of course, heavy on the self-proclaimed.
I'm Jeff, the former now Bravo noob, now not thoroughly entrenched, but entrenched enough, and just very ready to discuss, as I said. Very much looking forward to this. It's quite a season we're getting to the end of here.
Oh, man. These last, I guess, 3 or so have been really building us up. This is season 4, episode 19. Just the T.I.P. I will not be saying the acronym in its full. I don't agree with it. That is against my consent that this episode is named this. I don't want it.
Well, just because you came up playing dildo bass guitar doesn't mean that you have to be upset with us now. Just because your dildo bass dreams didn't come true. Don't hate on these folks.
Dildo Bass Dreams is also a really good band name. But before we get there, because they were real stingy with the behind the scenes stuff with that. But before we get there, to remind, Touch in Public, a video is incoming, obviously, and Sandoval is in for thousands and thousands of dollars. Kristen and Carter are a thing. Get your pen box out.
I got it.
James got fired, and then he's also going to go have dinner with Kristen. He's planning on it. They haven't done it yet. Jax may go to jail. Sandoval throws a tantrum on the street. James definitely did not sleep with Jenna. Just kidding. He totally boned her. And Stassi is in for the engagement party.
That's right. Yeah. And James wants to date his mom. Let's just make sure.
James has dated his mom and is desperate for that motherly affection. We pick up at Sir, and they feign a little bit of real work, right? We see Jax a little bit, Faith, whatever. I got you, girl. Her black scent is back. And immediately, like we are in this episode 2 minutes, and we get Katie and LVP.
Yeah.
Katie asking if she can have this party at Villa Rosa. This is wild work. Like the size of this ask is, even in where we're at in this particular season, the show, as much as we understand how entrenched their lives are with each other, this is a big ask.
Yeah, it's huge. It seems like there's other spot, like Lisa has all these beautiful restaurants and stuff, and they keep talking it's going to be a small crew. Like, maybe don't get Lisa involved. Like, there's so much drama behind the scenes right now already as far as who's on the get. I mean, we called Stassi sweatiest pits in the desert last week. Like, Katie's getting her own steamed up right here. And it just seems like it's too much. Like, they're putting too much on it. But they will continue to pour onto the possibilities of this party.
Well, Lisa says absolutely not whenever Stassi and Kristen's name are mentioned. She said nope.
When she gets asked, Lisa goes, "Oh no."
Well, Katie rolls over immediately. She was like, "Okay, fair enough," and then just keeps it moving. Like, she didn't even, come around again. But, and this comes up again later, but I thought Lisa was all for Stassi being reintegrated. Since when is she mad at Stassi again? She was encouraging Katie to have a talk with her and all this stuff.
Well, she didn't want her to go to Palm Springs to see Stassi, really. And then she didn't want to face Stassi when she came into the restaurant. I think she just meant go outside of the restaurant and deal with that because it's something that's weighing on you, on Katie. She wanted that for Katie. She didn't want that shit to be brought into Sir. Y'all deal with that on the street somewhere. I don't need to deal with that here. Now, she's the one giving out paychecks, so I don't really know what the story is. It just
Yeah.
seems like, but I think she's fine to be around. I just don't want her in here
Well,
or my house.
yeah, I mean, which I've got some questions about this party planning. I'll get to them in a second. This seems just like there already an invitation has been sent out, or you sent an invitation saying save the date. There will be a party, and now you're sending the actual. I'm like, what? That is, it's weird. It's weird.
I can't tell if there's 14 people or 40 people. I don't really know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She says a small barbecue, which I guess we'll see next week. A lot of build up for next week. This party better be the greatest, most fun, interesting banger of a party ever
Nope.
for as much
Nope.
time that
Nope.
they have spent
Don't even
talking about it.
Nope.
Like
Nope.
every single character, every single castmate has some kind of tangential storyline. They're involved in some way. Every person in the cast has said the phrase engagement party. So just saying, a lot to live up to. A lot to live up to.
Yeah.
And what you're saying, it never will live up to it?
Saying it's going to be memorable. I don't know if it's for the reasons they want it to be, but we will see.
Well, we're going to go there to Gregory Dillon Beauty, in which Sandoval is getting ready for his close-up. And, you know, he's so hyped. You can just really tell he's very, very enthusiastic. But he says this thing where he says, listen, all my other bands were passion projects, but not this one. What? So I don't think he understands. Like, so you're like, this is also a passion project. This is all. You're also very passionate about it. You're also pouring a lot of love and care into this. What do you think he means by passion?
It's more
project?
fun. This is more fun, dancey. I mean, none of that other stuff. You're getting like a Harmar superstar vibe, like you are with him on this one. I mean, that's more like soul bearing. Get it out there. Group of guys on the road. This is me and this dude have some synthesizers and a machine, and we're just ready to party. Like,
the way he presented it was he's saying like he was really passionate about this, but this is like, yeah, whatever, right? So I guess instead of fuck you, Pierce Harris, like fuck you, Charles McMansion. He just seems like, you know, this is sort of the stepchild of all of his music endeavors, but it's a very expensive stepchild because somebody told him he had to have $2,000 in cash on set.
Yeah.
What are we paying for in cash on set, sir? Like that.
He doesn't need coffee, so don't worry about it.
No, because cocaine. But just the standard stuff, microdermabrasion, infrared, extractions, exfoliation, facials, you know, just standard stuff that everybody does for maintenance.
That's right. Everyone does. We do get another back off, ladies. You know, like Katie was saying that about Tom the other day, and you were like, fuck off. Nobody wants that. Now we got Ariana saying that about Sandoval. Any same feeling on that one?
I will say, comparatively, I will take this excessive grooming over whatever pathology these other motherfuckers are playing out. Like, you put all of the Vanderpump Rules guys in a lineup, Sandoval's looking real good right now.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Also, let's put all those guys in a lineup. You tell me which one of those dudes has ever been like, nah, rest of the world, this lady's all mine. Anybody able to step forward on that one? Not maybe Sandoval.
Seasons 1 and 2, Sandoval couldn't have stepped forward, but season 4 Sandoval definitely stepping forward. Okay.
Yeah.
But speaking of Kristen, sort of, we weren't speaking of, we were thinking of, this is her dinner with James at Bottle Rock. And she finally gave in. You know, he wore her down, and he's a week sober. And much like the prevailing attitude about sobriety and addiction, Kristen, real supportive of James' sober journey here.
Can't wait to get hammered in front of them. Yeah, I mean, they pick like they're surrounded by wine. Just, I don't know if it's recently, not the round anymore, Bottle Rock, but it's like a pretty cool collective out in Napa. They do a giant music festival now every year. They just had it last weekend. So Bottle Rock, pretty cool thing that's still going on. Not the restaurant itself.
Well, Kristen really being supportive. Because when he says it's a week, she's like, how long's that going to last? Yeah. Why agree to meet this man if you're just so contempt about him? Like, I mean,
that's their thing, though.
Yeah, you're right. You're
They're
right.
FRF. This has been from jump. This is F or F till they die.
What is FRF?
They're fucking or fighting.
Oh. Yes, sometimes both,
Sorry,
I guess, at the
thought that
same
was a
time.
stand.
No, news to me. Jot that down for the social media vocabulary.
Yeah. But yeah, Carter is around. You told me last week, don't worry, he's going to come back, and he did. And he's smarter than Kristen, we find out. That's great to see. And
yeah, strange thing to pull out though, like in a in a way, to like the way she's talking about him too. But
you were saying a strange way for her to talk about him. She has a very strange way of talking about Lala also. Just real venomous. Has some real choice words about that and real questions. And James, I don't know if it's the new sobriety or what, is very good at just being like, all right, we'll skip past that. So yeah. But Ratchet Whorebag really just
yeah, that I really hate these moments. And I know that we are in the past, but I just really hate when they are talking about each other like that, because it just makes my skin crawl, just because, some female on female crime, and I hate it so much. But much like Tom Schwartz, James is like you were saying, really rushing through, but it's like he's mad at Kristen that he's got to apologize. He's like, "What? I don't know. I love hard. I hate hard. I'm sorry. God, what do you want me to say?"
Yeah.
And no matter what words are coming out of the mouth, this whole demeanor is like attacking. Like, are you apologizing at me? Like, are you bludgeoning me with your sorry? It is very, very mixed messagey here.
Yeah, they do. They're very blow up and then cuddle. And like, even when they're outside right away, I'm like, just go to bed right now. Just go.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's exactly. I mean, I've said this like this whole season. Anytime the two of them are talking, I'm like, go hop in the sack right now. I mean, that's where that's ending. Yeah. They'll hop in somewhere, but
I do have a public service announcement for all of our women listening. Most of our lady listeners are above the age who need to hear this. But if you ever have to convince and constantly remind somebody how good you've been to them, they ain't it. They ain't the one. Okay?
Well, that's
because she's constantly saying, "I was so good to you. I was so good to you." Like, that ain't it.
It's kind of a trait. A lot of this cast, they're very forthcoming about how great of a friend and coworker and just person all around they are. That's just a thing. And when they start softening up, I even wrote like, I think they're going to go do it in the car, which there's a pin. There's a pin for you to put in right there.
Yeah. Look, this woman had sex with him after he confessed to sleeping with someone while they were on a date, while him and Kristen were on a date, and then tried to gaslight her into believing that he had already told her. Like, I told you that, man.
I did think
she still went and slept with him.
I thought the Laura thing was out there. I thought we know that, right?
We do, but
I kind of thought that was out there. Not getting James back. Just also,
yeah, no.
He and I had the same thought about something.
Well, and even Kristen knew, right? Like, she's real good at sussing things out. Not great on following through on that intuition. But remember, he came over to her house and was like, "No, I definitely didn't sleep with her." No,
right.
They gave it like one more round. So I guess that was like the last nail in the coffin there. So, and I also really, really hate when James is self-deprecating. It is not charming. It is not doing what he thinks it is. Well, I guess I would have gotten fired anyway.
It's not doing it to you.
Well,
for his intended audience, however, doing just fine.
Well, maybe before that bottle or two of Sauvignon Blanc, it may have landed, like a thud, but she's primed and ready.
The only way that date was going to end is exactly how it ended. That's it.
I mean, they both of them knew, but I guess poor old Carter, he's at home being smart. Fuck him. And we learn a little tiny bit about Kristen's T-shirt line, something about her partner left her, she's in debt. I think the headline of that scene is that Stassi doesn't wear T-shirts. So that's...
Yeah. And I think she should. Yeah. Get yourself a T-shirt and a pair of jeans. Chill out. See how that goes. I think that's... I mean, just try it for once,
Not it. Not it. But Kristen told Stassi a very different story than James is telling Lala, or that Lala is like extracting from him. Because we're at Lala's apartment. Apparently their song is still a thing. They're like
Yeah,
buds
it's
now.
still a thing. We're getting some back and vocal. Like, first, Kristen admits it comes up first in the screen printing shop. Kristen admits they made out in the car, and that's when Stassi was like, "Oh," and then you were probably like, "This has been enough, and I've got to go upstairs." And then because we've got
Wink, wink.
Kristen's confessional, James' confessional, the screen printing conversation, and Lala and James all telling this story at the same time.
Well, we've got Sherlock Stassi looking for inconsistencies, half
Oh,
truths,
yep.
misrepresentations, all these things. And I mean, this is all for the camera. Stassi knows whether Kristen told her or not. She knows exactly what happened. She probably was looking out the damn window in the garage to see what was happening. Like she knew what was going on. Like nobody, just like you said, the minute they sat down at that table, everybody knew what the inevitable end to that date was going to be. But I think it was a fun little callback where Kristen was like, in her confessional, she was like, "We definitely were boning," and then that grimace. I thought that was
Yeah.
cute.
It was. Yeah. I still want to know why is Stassi getting the bed by herself up there? Like, we can't go up because Stassi's in bed.
Well, they're sharing the bed. I think
That's
they're
okay. They're sharing the bed. That's
yeah.
fine. I like
Yeah.
the callback for Detective Stassi. I mean, that was a couple of years ago. I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we go from no hookup to okay, they made out till they're making out in the garage, and then confessional, they're definitely boning, and then
On the Beamer.
James
On the
says it's
Beamer.
on the Beamer. Lala, of course, with a big what the fuck, and
Yeah.
she actually takes it more like, hey, as a friend, let me suggest to you, this is not where you need to be going. This, and this are going on. You kind of need to straighten up here. Really interesting, level-headed
Right.
tactic for somebody on this
Yeah.
program.
I mean, yes. And two things can be true. I feel like her advice is a little biased because she admits that she's jealous of this freaking coat rack. So whatever is feeding into this advice is, jealousy, in which I don't understand why this woman would be jealous of this man, but sure.
I missed that. I didn't get that one. So, all right.
Yep.
I was kind of more happy somebody just took some news at a normal tone of voice and suggested some friendly things and went about their way.
Well, sorry to burst your vampire. I keep saying vampire. Sorry to burst your VPR bubble, but you were always going to be disappointed in the moral compass of these folks
I'm
because,
still with it on Lala, but this shithead coming up next would have done it anyway.
oh God. So we're at the Bubba's. Okay. Wine and cheese are there.
The
And
bed is.
Schwartz, you know the rule, Jeff.
I
You
didn't
know the
say that.
rule.
I just heard that.
Nothing says love and commitment like your fiance joking about how you constantly demasculate him and claiming that they're the neutering process.
We don't even get into the apartment. The voiceover starts talking about like, oh, I'm glad you know that I'm always right. And you hate everything. I hate everything. Like, I immediately hate this entire scene. Before we even see that wine and cheese are there, I'm already like, Schwartz is so shitty. Like, oh yeah, well I guess Katie's going to take charge on all this. Like, good. You've said 1 billion times you don't give a shit. So do you not give it? I mean, what is your problem other than hating all of this stuff? And he's like, I'm basically neutered. Like, good. There's no good reason for society that you shouldn't be neutered right now.
Well, what really frustrates me about Katie too is because she's running headlong into the point. Like she says these things about him, like characterizing his behavior, describing his how he's moving. And if anybody else was talking about anybody else, she'd be like, damn, what a dick. She's like, yeah, I mean, he's not going to do anything. He just complains about everything and about this. Listen to your own opinion about this man. That's what's so frustrating because it's like the dramatic irony is that we're seeing her talk about him and it's not clicking that what you're saying is bad. It's terrible.
That's what's been, I think, frustrating us the whole season. I mean, Sheena is way more reasonable than and that's, if I'm saying that, that's really saying something. Like, he's just going off and blabbing, like, he is in his own conversation, and Sheena's like, okay, now what was the next item up? And it's like, she's trying to pick out her carrot cake, and meanwhile, I thought we were just doing some tacos. Why don't we just Like, he's just bitching about all of it. Like, also, you're taking time to bitch and all this stuff you're complaining about. Like, if you took 2 seconds and paid attention to the conversation and were like, all right, well, maybe we could do this for the barbecue and maybe for this, then you can make it your own and possibly enjoy it. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I want to lodge a complaint. I do not care about the administrative duties of this party. This is not important unless it is going to pay off later. I don't give a shit about this. Like, I don't want to hear two desserts. Like, no, and maybe it's just a way for us to see how shitty Schwartz is, or just sort of double down on it. But like, who gives a shit? And then Schwartz is in his confessional talking about what we have to pay for everybody else. So he doesn't know how parties work either.
No.
Like, that that's how a party works. Or so add that to the list of things that he doesn't know how it works. Commitment, self-esteem, marriage, being a decent person.
Oh, no.
All of
We
those.
don't have time. We don't have time, Sundi. Don't go down the whole list. We do not
Okay.
have time for
Got
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Katie, like, is on this pretending thing with Ariana still. Like, that has to come up. Maybe address what her actual feelings are instead of just like mocking the one thing she said just because it didn't sit with you well. So you unleashed a bunch of fury onto Schwartz, and then you had to like act all apologetic to him, and now you're still talking about like there's a giant problem sitting right next to you. Deal with that.
Right. Because a groom's attitude about the wedding and the parties is going to be reflective of his attitude about the marriage. And I think that I may have sussed out Katie and Schwartz's kink. You know how I'm forever trying to like find out. I think maybe like there's a cuck fantasy here. Like he really, because like he's just like the embodiment of a limp wrist. So maybe that's why they're not having sex, because like there's not a third in there. Maybe that's why he's always
I was
like
gonna
looking
say
for
this.
somebody to fuck his wife so he can watch.
This at least would involve her having sex with somebody, but even that's not like. I mean, Sandoval played out that type of fantasy a couple of years ago. We didn't really bat an eye to that. I mean, go for it if that's your deal, man. But like, at least that would be expressing some interest in sexuality. But we're not really, we're not really doing that.
I just feel like because he is just so feckless, and but Sheena cannot contain her glee about this. Kristen and Stassi can't come to the party. Like she is, I mean, like bubbling out of herself, rainbows and ponies, as she is like trying to suppress a smile. Seriously? Yeah, girl, calm down. Stop being so horny for Stassi and Kristen's demise. It's not a good look.
She knows that it's to be short-lived. She's going to take her tiny little victories, I think where she can. Like, I mean, imagine though, Sheena at this party with Katie, if they're in a world where there is no Stassi or Kristen, do you know, I mean, she would explode, like you said, with ponies and rainbows. So, I mean, you know, at least she's acting like Sheena, you know, like she's giving us exactly
sure.
what we would expect.
Consistent.
Yeah.
But I do have a Julia Sugarbaker rant to just insert here really quickly.
Okay.
About Tom's incessant insistence about positivity, right? That is so fucking toxic. Like this whole compulsion to be positive, it makes it a problem when you are supposed to be unilaterally positive because it suppresses any feelings that Katie has. Anytime, if Katie is feeling negative about something or she's complaining about it or saying just be positive, just invalidates that experience. Listen, I'm not saying her being a bitch about Ariana is the right way to do it, but that's how she's feeling, right? At least that's authentic to whatever experience she's having. Just smiling and saying, just be positive. Look on the sunny side. My dad used to always say, no, I don't have to do that. By constantly saying you have to be positive, any expression of negativity makes her look bitchy and spiteful. That means like, oh my God, she's so negative. But she goes on to make herself look real bitchy and spiteful in the very next sentence when she talks about Ariana's dumb feelings. So, but I'm just saying that toxic positivity stuff is too hard for me. I can't. Fuck off.
I hardly even realize it because, like, what fucking leg does he have to stand on? He's bitching about the fucking barbecue at he wishes what could be his boss's home that he's getting to go to and do. Like, you're having a party with all your buddies. Have you, like, he hasn't even considered that. It's like, oh, we're going to have to pay for this. And like, what the fuck are you paying for? Like, the place is for free. Katie's paying for all this with all her, because I'm guessing her paycheck's bigger on this. Like, go take your fucking dark looking mascara self out and stop bitching and like just get on board with one thing besides Jack.
So speaking of Jax, we go back to Sir, and not only does Lisa Vanderpump personally hand out paychecks to these folks, she also takes time off requests. So Jax has to go to her to request time off to take a red eye to Hawaii.
Yeah, he interrupts her one person rosé tasting that she's having at the table. I love that. She's got like 4 glasses of rosé sitting in there. Yeah,
We'll
this
never say
is
no to a
like,
flight of rosé.
well, we got to have a Jackson Lisa moment, right? I mean, that's just a thing that's
Yeah.
been going on for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And I don't know, at least this lets us know a little bit about where Jax is, a little bit of this, like, maybe I need to slow down and look at things. Like, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you have really got to, like,
Yeah.
nothing hits me until this, like.
Right. And like his demonic behavior doesn't really become a problem to him until much later. Well, what about the folks who were on the receiving end of that demonic behavior in real time? It doesn't
Yeah.
help them that you come around to it weeks or months later. That is completely useless.
Yeah, and she kind of echoes sentiments everyone else has, really. She's like, I hope you're taking it seriously. I hope he doesn't turn this into another party. Like, she just imagines he's going to be loose in Hawaii for a couple days, and it's like, yeah, court, I'll make that, but I'm on the beach having a drink. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Which, with good reason. I mean,
yes, but I do bet he's real tired of folks lecturing him about how stupid that situation was and how dumb of a decision. I mean, like, okay, got it. I can't unring that bell. Please stop rubbing my nose in it. And I do see the frustration with that because Lisa does it, then Brittany does it later, and then Sheena and Katie do it later. And it's like, enough. I mean, this is a grown man as much as we can talk about him.
I'm with that, but like they've watched him for 2 or 3 weeks be like, it wasn't a bank. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. It's not a big deal. Like, if at any point in those 3 weeks he had started to kind of acquiesce and be like, and not sure he's just out all the time, like, oh, I got suspended. Let me go fucking, like you said, get a bottle in a bag and it's a 2-week party. Like, those kind of actions are what people are bringing up to him and giving him a hard time about now because, like, yo, get it together. Like, please rein it in.
Like, you know what I mean? It's not gonna move the needle. Like, no matter how many lectures he gets from all these folks, he's gonna do exactly what he's gonna do. And that's I'm not typically, super given into the let them theory or whatever that woman's name is. But this is this is one of an instance where let him be a fucking adult. Let him spend some time in Hawaii in jail. Like, all this lecturing is just too much.
Yeah, fire him and kick him out of the friend group and take him off the show. That's we could do that right now.
But what does he do better than get into trouble? What's the only thing he does better than get into trouble? Is get out of trouble.
Oh.
And that is real rich coming from Lisa fucking Vanderpump, who is always letting him out of the trouble. That's real ironic, ma'am. And then we're going to a turtle race at Brennan's turtle race. It's Kristen and Carter, Stassi, and Wine and Cheese, and then Katie comes up. But in these first
the shorties pop in.
This group of this group of people in this particular venue is like season 3 Stassi's worst nightmare. Right? Like, this would how you would have tortured season 3 Stassi, and now she's voluntarily coming and, betting on turtles and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't think outdoor, pavement bar is really Stassi's usual spot either. Like, hey, we got some background extras from Fast and Furious about to put some turtles into a chalk ring on a, half basketball court outside of a bar. Most people are going to be drinking out of a plastic cup that still says Happy St. Patrick's Day on it from 6 months ago. You want to go tap the keg with us over here? And she's like, yeah, I'll hang out. You need our shorts cool for that? I'll do that. That's fine.
Not a t-shirt to be found on Stassi either. She's like wildly overdressed.
Yeah.
But Stassi's whole tactic now is, I'm trying to not be aggressive. I'm trying to be contrite. Unlike Sheena's deep deep, deep V that she is wearing to a parking lot turtle race with her entire cleavage out. Ma'am, where are you going?
I
I
think
mean,
a
like,
backyard turtle race is I think that's exactly where that's going. Like, I mean, if you're not wearing that, I mean, I think that's exactly what you should be sporting there.
too
I
much.
I didn't have like Stassi on my radar yet. I don't have Sheena on my radar yet. I'm focused in on this Katie and Carter thing that had happened
Oh,
before,
yeah.
and the
Yeah.
horrible way Tom Schwartz tells us the news. It's
Yeah. This is
horrible.
kind of where I
Is
started
the
to
only
think
word.
maybe he has Cook energy because he was just real too happy to tell us about his soon to be wife getting fucked by this dude. He was real happy.
That's how he looks when he gets mad, though. You know, like, man, you better have my money. I mean, that's the same dude. You know, like he doesn't act upset when he's actually upset.
But I mean, the thing is, though, I don't think he gives a shit.
He doesn't want to be in this
Uh,
whole relationship.
yeah,
Kristen doesn't
but
really like the turtle thing, but you know, had sex with
the least
James,
she can
so
do.
she
Yeah,
got
can't really complain about it. The least she can do is watch a turtle, right?
yeah.
And this is also where Katie has to break the news about the engagement party and that they're banned. And Stassi has rageful feelings, but Chris is
Mhm.
defiant. And I don't know what we were talking about, but that's what I said, that I don't think Stassi's the kind of girl who would crash a party. And that's what she says. She's like, I'm not going to crash, but Kristen will, which we see later that she kind of winds up doing that. But this is tough news to hear for Stassi.
That's a horrible piece of news, and honestly, like that's a tough call for Katie. Like out of all the places, like even like I was saying, like Lisa has Villa Blanca, Sir, Pump. There's 19 rooms at Sir. All the other places in West Hollywood where they got hookups, and they have to pick this one where two of her closest friends, I am air quoting that, cannot come. And she's like, that's the spot. Like you're going to get a deal at any of those
Yeah.
places. And probably with getting people over there, it's just going to be easier. Like, yeah, she has a beautiful place, but is it worth, like, I'm just saying, if anything goes down, it's a little bit the party planner at this point.
Do you think Sheena will ever emotionally recover from having to have her engagement party at Sir and Katie getting to have it at Villa Rosa?
Well, now there is the incident that happened at Sheena's engagement party. And so where she became the focus of that and she got to cry and be comforted by
Mm,
Lisa. So
mhm.
worth it? I'm pretty sure. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I don't know,
sure worth it.
50-50.
Is it better to say like, oh yeah, you had that party and that shit went down and somebody got punched and glasses was broken. Lisa was hugging you for God's sakes. Kristen punched a guy. Or like, hey, you and Shay looked really cute at your party. She wants that drama.
I mean,
She wants that
yeah,
drama.
she definitely does, but she also really needs to be teacher's pet. And so in this instance, Katie's getting to be teacher's pet, and that's a tough pill to swallow. So let's pop to Vinotech.
Vinotech. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, it's Jackson Brittany's date night. This is their date night. And this is the boobs first night out, ladies'
Yeah.
night out, as Jax calls it.
Yeah. At the party, I mean, I just said we got Jax, we got Brittany, we got the new boobs.
Mhm.
They're their own character at this party. This is a little date
Yes.
night.
And the compulsion to like try every piece of clothing on that you have, like once you're healed and stuff, because like your clothes just look so different on you and they feel so
Hmm.
different. So good for her. She says that dress still makes her sore, but I don't know. I love it when they give us timestamps like this. So we're it within weeks, a couple of weeks probably
Yeah.
of her surgery. But Brittany's not going to Hawaii because she's got to work. Okay. She's
Yeah.
the goddamn breadwinner in this house. So she can't go. But she teases him a little. And this is where I'm like, okay, y'all, come on.
But I do think that there are some, obviously not on camera, as much as we've seen him not give a shit. I mean, go back to when they went to Hooters. Like, Tom and Tom are like, dude, what are you going to do? What's going to happen? Like, who gives a fuck? It's lawyer stuff. It's in another place. I don't care. Da 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 da. Like, and imagine
I
him
know. I
at
mean,
home. Like, I don't care. Imagine how many times he said he didn't give a fuck about this in the last like 2 or 3 weeks. I bet it's about a trillion.
I know. At some point, you got to quit banging your head against the wall, hoping it's going to be a window. Jax is going Jax.
And he does it
But
in a major way right here. And
so
he drops a big
this
old
is
bomb.
wild. I mean, if he wasn't such a dolt, I would say this is the most diabolical thing, the most calculated thing. So he takes the engagement party as a way to talk about marriage, right? Like, he doesn't believe in marriage. The piece of paper's ruined it for everybody. Like, I just don't
Ruined.
understand why I have to do it. Yeah.
Ruined. Strong word.
And so Brittany, because this is the way conversations work, reacts to the thing that he just said. He's like, "What do you mean you don't believe in marriage?" And so then he goes on to elaborate, and she gets upset.
Mhm.
Rightly so, right? He lured her to LA without a conversation to be had, I guess, about this. And then they're on a date. He picks a fight with her and then
Yes.
gets mad that they're in a fight.
Yep. Yeah, he's like, I love that he's also like, I mean, name me somebody that's a happy couple. And she's like, bada boom, bada bing. There's this one, there's that one, there's the other one. Like, well, what that one actually, that one isn't a successful. Like, no, they worked through it. They're actually still together. And I mean, sure, I know a lot of marriages do fall apart, but in this world that we've seen so far, marriages aren't getting torn apart all over the place. I know there may be some stuff coming.
Like, the
And
mental acrobatics this man has to do to get mad at her for the choices that he's made. He's mad at her because he invited her to live with him. He's mad at
yeah,
her that all this, and it's like, this is wild. Like, he wants out. It seems like he wants out
he
of this
says,
particular relationship, but he's in too deep now.
yeah, I mean, his whole fucking mouthful of steak and shrimp when he's like, so are we going to argue now? Like, you just started an argument. You just
Yeah,
started shit. If you start
literally.
shit, you better fucking believe we're going to get into it.
Yeah. And in his confessional, he's talking about how suffocated he is. Like, I can't breathe. I was like, well, buddy, take your own hand off your mouth, because you
Yes.
are the only one suffocating yourself. It is, this right here is really when you start to see how deep his like manipulativeness and how deep his sociopathy goes, because watching this play out between the two of them and then hear his commentary in the confessionals is scary. Like, we know how it was out, but like in real time, everybody was screaming at their TV, like, "Girl, run! What are you doing?"
We've seen, I don't know how many episodes, probably in a row at this point, where we're like, what's she going to say when she sees this? What's she going to say when she hears him say this shit? Well, then it just goes to him like, I mean, a whole big old, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Like, that's pretty rough right there. And also, man, if you don't know, then take yourself out of the cycle that you're in for a while. Take some fucking stock. Also, now would be a really well placed apology would go a long way right here. But I know, but again, as I always do hope, this could be the last conversation she ever.
Okay, you know what? No, this
No,
is
and
not going to be.
it's so bad, and see, he's so off his rocker, and I'm gonna not get too far ahead, but like the other biggest dolt in this group that we're talking about, Schwartzy, he calls him out on it in the next fucking scene.
Yes. Before we talk about that, let's take a quick break here,
Okay.
and we will get back to their golf date at the Century Sports. And Jack says he needs a reach around, and not sure if he knows what that means in this
He
context.
says that first,
Yeah.
actually, before he even gets like Jax immediately says he needs a reach around. I was like, from Tom?
Yeah, I mean,
Because is that what
yeah.
you were?
I mean, are you having sex with Tom doggy style, and that's when you need it? Or do you need a reach around from life? Because life is like fucking. Do you know what reach around means? Do you think it
A
is a
reach
bad
around from
thing?
life. He was going that. I'll tell you what I really need. That's the big picture thing he had going.
I mean,
This is another one of those, like, I don't know why I always want to file it into the, like, yeah, put straight in there also, but like, especially in my line of work, just knowing a bunch of dudes my whole life, whatever it is, I've known some real dogs. I've never heard anyone just announce to a room full of dudes that he needs a reach around. Just gonna Like,
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I've heard somebody say they need to get laid. They would love for something to happen. Like, man, I need a reach around. Is
That's why
I'm
I do not
I'm
believe he knows what it
like
means.
he just turns around like Tom,
Yeah.
Tom.
You gonna help me
I
out
mean,
here, buddy? But then he characterizes this whole conversation he had with Brittany as getting bombarded by the marriage topic.
yeah, I
That
wrote like,
is,
is that right?
yeah. I was like, that's not what happened, sir. And Brittany presents in these early days as very, very like meek and deferential to Jax. And she's not going to bring up, like, I don't think that she was going to, put her foot down about marriage. She's been living with him for a month, but he was like, God,
Right.
Hawaii tits, calm down, sir. Those were things you gave to her.
You did all that.
You did all of that.
Yeah, but even stupid ass Schwartz is the one that gets it more than he does. I mean, first off, yeah, like she has the nerve to bring that stuff up and like, oh, and now he's like, she's texting me. Like, I bet you have been a giant asshole to her. If like what we saw was an indication, it got like way fucking worse. And Schwartz lays it out like you did. Like this, and this all happened.
Yeah.
You did all of those things. Now you are seeing what happened.
And, I am remiss to give Tom too many compliments, but he
Sure.
is funny. Like he's funny. And this whole thing in his confessional where he was like, oh, how dare she think about any kind of future with a man who made her move out here and this. Like that was kind of funny. Of course, it would have been funnier if he had said it to him. That would have
I
been a
think it's
better.
maybe when he's around Jax is when we're like, Schwartz is kind of funny. Like it takes it. We're like, what a piece of shit. What a goddamn awful person this is. I can't believe he treats women like this. Like you put him next to Jax and you're like, that guy's pretty cool. He's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Jax is such a baby this whole time though.
Yeah.
It pisses me off. And like talking about Beyond, like, dude, that's your guy's side hustle. You should get his back. Like he's such a fucking whiny babe. Please tell me he's not performing at your engagement party. This video is such a waste of time. Like, what are you doing? Gonna land on the PGA? You're over here fucking smacking balls. That's not a waste of time. Like, what about all your side gigs that aren't working out? Like, those are giant fucking waste of time. Like,
and like he says something about you said this too about Tom's sinking money into a project that he gives up. Like, no, bud, that's you. You did that. You did that. But, he'd rather talk about politics or religion than marriage. Then talk about that and stop talking about marriage because nobody asked you, sir. It's ridiculous. So, again, the freaking engagement party. I'm telling you, they are raising the bar for expectations. I mean, I'm just saying everybody's talking about it.
Mine were here before this episode. They are here after this episode. My expectations have not changed.
Well,
they can talk about it all
Vanderpump
they want.
Rules is hanging a lot on this party because they are forcing every single solitary castmate to at least say the phrase engagement party. But, Jax is super impressed that they're getting to have it at Villa Rosa, but he's real nervous about Stassi because he just doesn't want her to hate him. That's it.
Yeah, and he's full of shit. He's like, I don't know when the last time I saw her was. Like, bullshit. Inside your closet, you have a knife that's gone into that fucking board every day since the last time you saw him. He was counting down days. He's been counting those days harder than like Ariana and Tom with the Baconaid. I was saying Ariana was checking those days off on the calendar. Like, no. If there's one thing Jax Taylor's ever kept up with in his life, it's how many days since he has seen that woman. Absolutely. And he's probably spied on her a bunch too. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I mean, social media is a thing too. He's
I mean in person.
Oh, like in the bushes.
Yeah, I do.
Well, he reassures Tom, Brittany doesn't have anything to worry about. I've told Brittany everything. No, you haven't.
No, you didn't.
You did not. You did not. So, Brittany's nothing. We don't know in this moment though if he's going to make it back from Hawaii in time from the party. So we don't know his Hawaiian fate yet. Okay, now we get to talk about the video. And Tom is so excited. He's just like a kid with a new toy. He's like,
this is just fun.
Yeah. He's like, man, this just sets the precedent for the whole band. This is so good. Like, yeah. And, we get to see the whole setup. I guess they're in some school or something, it looks like.
Some kind of library, like an actual library, not just a set. It seemed like. I mean, like I said, I think it's just a fun scene. The song has a vibe I like. We did talk about some of the history of it before.
Is this the guy, Isaac Cappy? Is that the
That's
guy?
the guy.
That's the
That's the guy.
guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
The reasons for Sheena not being there, is that necessary? That was just kind of a little
I
dig
know.
for
But
no reason.
it's a fun, sexy concept. Mad scientists with a liberation machine. They break through the prisons of their own mind to be sexually liberated. And we see Lala doing her thing on set. But then in her confessional, she does some weird dance where she's looking at the sky. It was very strange.
Well, she's really into it. Well, the machine's doing the work down there. So she's just experiencing the pleasure of it.
For sure. So, job well done.
I mean, Schwartz is just chilling, fucking eating up Crafties and chilling on Twitter. So
that's right. He's like,
he said Twitter like 3 times. So I'm like, are you getting fucking kickbacks from Twitter back then?
Oh my God, no way. This is where Schwartz is kind of.
Did you just finish a chapter of a book and send it back over there?
Well, I write things down for social media. I have a little notebook that I keep notes in for things that are funny. Lala's dance when in the. But Schwartz is teasing Ariana. Is like, hey man, things still cool with you? Like what's going on that front? And she's like, oh, they don't really talk to me. I don't really know. They're just doing their own thing. Okay, shut up. But Schwartz did not learn his lesson.
He asked her the question and she answered the question. I don't know if shut up. I mean, what do you want her to say? What do you want her to say?
She's like, sure, I'm going to be there. Like, sure. I mean, like, or whatever. Sure. Like, don't be such a goddamn fucking. We just watched Inside Out today. Don't be such a sadness. Okay. Like, it's enough already. You just look, Eeyore, you're bringing down everybody.
She's not sadness all around. She's about to get on the fucking dildo bass guitar and help out. Like, she's not being like shitty all the time. It's just when you bring up those girls, it's like, they're fucking weird. And I told them exactly how I felt about things, and now they're throwing it back in my face.
You are not going to make me like Ariana in this season. I will change my mind later.
I'm not trying to. I'm just getting her back a little bit. That's all.
Well, so does Schwartz, because he did not learn his lesson from all the Tequila Katie rage texts. Yeah. And he does say that he feels like she's being unfairly villainized, which villainized for sure. Unfairly, question mark.
Jeff has a question.
Yes. Jeff,
well, I guess we kind of got to it earlier already, but yeah, I was just going to ask you about, because it's a real sexually charged shoot, real sexual. Do you think Sandoval and his music is sexy?
Maybe 2013 Sundi, moderately. Like, I wouldn't give him a boo. I wouldn't give him a yay. I'd give him a meh. Like
a meh? That's meh. A no. That's a no. Meh is a no.
I mean, it's half in, half out on that one. But he's real worried about his dildo base. I was like, y'all be careful. Careful with the dildos, y'all.
Those might not go back on. Yeah, hold on.
He's so serious. But Ariana does look kind of cool. And her bit of it was kind of rad. So I'm not mad at that.
I'll tell you what else I'm not mad at is watching Tom Schwartz poop his Pampers in the lobby of Villa Rosa. And
if we're making a list, add this to the things that Schwartz is afraid of. He's afraid of horses, and not even regular horses, many horses. These horses.
I don't even know if he's afraid. If it's horses, like it could have been anything, and he would have been. It's just whatever it is, he's going to be afraid of. But this is, especially if you're kind of clowning on Schwartz already, which we have been. This is fucking hilarious. I mean, it's high comedy. I love it. He's so uncool and nervous, like, because we saw him in Sandoval like not know how to like get into the building once, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Then we saw Jax like walk in there like fucking Danny Zuko, like he knows exactly what's going on. And then now Schwartz is kind of like he knows to like go in, right? He knows he can just enter and say something, but I don't even know how it happens. I watched it 2 times and I'm like, why didn't you shut the door? Why are you even going outside? What's happening here?
You can tell that Lisa is annoyed with it because she uses her stern voice. Because like when she's trying to round up, she's like, let go. Like she gets a very stern voice to it. Also, these horses' names are Diamonds and Rose.
Yep. I was like, oh God, he's in. Diamonds is in. Rose is in. Here comes Lisa.
But why did Katie send this man to do this pain in the ass job? Like, what? I mean,
Because there's everything else is to be done, and Katie's gonna handle that. Like, all he needs to do is go up there and like look around, show. Like, I'm sure Lisa was like, let me show you exactly where you need to be because I don't want you anywhere up here. And so it's like, just drive up there and spend 15 minutes with her and don't do anything fucking weird. And all he does is everything
be
fucking weird.
weird as fuck.
And and he asked very weird questions. He is a fool. Also, when he went out to the pony and he was trying to convince it to do something, he calls it Bubba. He's like, Bubby. I'm like, oh, that's just what he says to stuff.
Yeah, that's his
When
verbal tick.
Yeah, he said that.
I mean, he's just such a mess. And in his confessionals, he's talking about like, oh, this party is just stopping being fun. Oh, it's feeling like a chore. Well, we know how he feels about work. We know how he feels about doing chores. It's just get him off my screen. I mean, whatever. And also, the party's theme is linen and lace. Like,
Skip. I just had to skip.
that just does not make thematic sense to me. Like those two things, they're not the same, but they're like usually you have one or like two opposing forces, like leather and lace, or like linen and denim, or something.
Denim
like
and diamonds.
yes, exactly. So I do have the same question that Tom has. If Lisa doesn't want anybody in the house, where are folks going to go to the bathroom? Where are they going to do
Well,
cocaine?
what do you need a bathroom for that? No. Who are you embarrassed about doing it in front of? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
but like,
Sundi's horniness for the Vanderpump crew on cocaine. I wish I had a
yeah.
want for something like that in my life in the same way. But
But
also, why are we going with outhouse? No one's saying
exactly
outhouse. If
like
you
a porta
call a
potty.
company and ask for an outhouse, they're not going to have anything for you.
But that just sounds that is so much money wasted to rent a porta potty to get, and she's gonna get
That's
trucked in her backyard?
That's exactly what I'm saying. They could have they're probably spending more money than if they had just gone to a lovely room at Villa Blanca or an outdoor garden at Pump or Sir. But, she's marrying Tom Schwartz, so I have no concept of trying to talk sense into her.
You
So I'm
know?
going to I do like that he said he did the no to Lisa. Like
Yeah,
he called a horse Bubby, and he did the no to
yeah,
Lisa and told her she could wear anything she wants.
at her own house. Yeah.
Leave. You're only digging a hole. The party's not going to be here if you stay here 5 more minutes. Like, that's the only
He's I
outcome.
mean, yeah, I don't know. But we leave there with Lisa in various stages of undress. Like she's literally barefooted. Like this man caught her unaware. Like, her hair's half done. She is
Yes.
barefoot in a robe. Like it's hilarious. But anyway, so we go to Kristen. I mean, we go with Kristen and Saucy. She's apartment hunting. And the echo in there was really hard for me. I had to like rewind it a couple of times. But this is where Kristen lays out her infallible plan of we're just going to show up.
Yeah.
That's it. Like she's just like, no, not keeping me from Katie's engagement party. Nope. Just doing it. Gonna just go in full speed. Okay. It sounds like a real savvy and elegant way to go about it.
Yeah, they are 17. Is that how old they are? This sounds like two people, like trying to sneak into some college kids party at 16, 17. And I think I'm being gracious with that. Like,
I mean, we had a similar conversation a few episodes ago between James and Max.
uh-huh.
Like, this is humiliating. Stassi, do better. Do
And
better.
Kristen was making fun of James for doing that. And now she's doing it. But
yeah, it's not the first party she's crashed. Not going to be the last, I bet.
anyway, $2,250 for an apartment in 2015 is a shitload of money.
Yes.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, but, then we go back to Sir, and I couldn't tell if Jax was being facetious or not because there's like some weird small talk between him and Tom where he's like, oh, I'm really glad I have my friends to talk to about it. And this is when Sheena and Katie come up to give the same fucking advice again about how nonchalant he is. And it's like, let the man be nonchalant. Let him be a fuck up. That's just, it is what it is. Like, go ahead and bang your head against that wall. Sure. Cool. But my favorite part of this is when Katie looks dead at Ariana and said,
Yep.
Hope you're not going to have to pretend to have so much fun. Girl.
Right to her. And I mean, she didn't bat an eye though. I love it. Ariana's like, yeah, I'll be there 100%. Like, I
Well,
support you.
well, she was real snarky about it in her confessional. Say it to her face. Have it out right here. Stop being see, this is the fake thing.
Wait. This is the person having the party, and they like, oh, are you going to pretend there? Like, cause that's shitty. That's a shitty thing for Katie to say.
Yeah.
She's already invited, that she doesn't need to say anything about her being there. She knows that she's going to be there, but she's going to try and clown it up, just like we saw her do that bullshit to Lala, and Lala came back and was like, oh yeah, you can't really be at my party. Now she's trying to do the opposite and is like, oh, are you going to have to pretend? And I mean, she gets, yeah, I'm going to be there to support you. Like,
No, Ariana she's a fraidy cat. She doesn't have the nuts to be big and girl bossy in front of Katie. She's like,
no,
she does
if
the right
she's
thing in
loud,
the moment. Then the right thing would have been just to been cool about it in the fucking confessional. Don't be two different folks. That's we can see both of you. The
well, that's what I'm
duplicitous.
saying is, I think it is, she's commenting that it was a shitty thing to say. Like, it's unnecessary for her to keep going down this pretending thing. Like,
Then say it to
if
her. Be like, that's shitty as fuck, Katie. Have
that's
the
her
nuts.
part. If she says like that's a real shitty thing for you to say, isn't the reaction also like, well, that's real bitchy. This is their engagement party. You shouldn't say anything to her about that. It's kind of like, feels like no win situation.
Well, I mean, Ariana doesn't want to go anyway. She wants to be at home under the covers, being Eeyore. Like, she can be off the hook about it. Like, ugh. But the last scene of this particular episode is Jax packing for Hawaii.
Uh-huh.
And this man, I hate to hear people talk about jail like this. Like, he said, I'm not so worried about going to jail. I feel like I'm in jail in my apartment. This is big talk for a man who has been to jail. Typically, people who have never been to jail want to talk about, I feel like I'm a prison outside. No, jail is hard. And it's crazy for you to compare your life in this shitty apartment to jail.
Could be the last time anybody ever sees him. That's all I'm saying. He says though, it's time for me to slow down. And you're like, oh, okay, maybe he's coming around. My biggest mistake so far is Brittany. Out of everything we've seen so far,
That is
his biggest
soul
mistake.
crushing for Brittany when she's sitting watching
Please
this
leave, Brittany.
episode.
Please. I'm not doing the whole run, girl, get some help. No. Please.
Yeah, show yourself out.
Please leave. Slow down to about a nice 24, 25 miles an hour. Instruct that dude with the fucking sweatshirt on his lap to open the door to his right and roll the fuck on out of there.
Right out of your Nissan Altima. Get out.
That's right.
Goodbye. But, and then we get this point where he says that living with Brittany is too much. What is she supposed to do? Like, she moved here to be with you. This woman does not have a place to live. So you want her
just break up with her. Like,
yeah, I mean,
if she wants to stay out there, I guarantee you she can be on her feet with a brand new place and the same ass jobs, making her own damn money, not giving it to any bail bondsman in 7 days.
yeah. And I am not doubting that fact. Like, she absolutely could. But just the upheaval of that particular thing on the heels of 1 month ago, the upheaval of leaving her life in Kentucky, like, Jax, this still feels like an understatement of the world, but the most selfish person I have ever seen is him in these last couple of episodes where he's complaining about Brittany. But the most tragic part is we know they don't break up. That's the thing. We know.
Yeah. I don't know a lot of it. I mean, I know they end up,
Yeah.
I know a little bit about what happens, and it is pretty horrible. And I think that's why I'm more like, you can go right now. Also, this is the 87th time. She's been there 21 days. This is the 87th time I'm like, you could leave right now. You could also just leave. Because, I don't think she's completely meek. I mean, I think, like, we are seeing her pushing back a little.
She is.
And I think she is doing some pushback. I mean, he's a fucking lot. So to push back against him, you've got to really, you got to Stassi Schroeder it up over here and really be King B. I mean, she's also like new girl in town on the show.
I was
So
just about
like
to say that.
she needs to try and keep it,
Yeah.
below a certain level. And
And
she has 2 new fucking jobs. And I mean, she's doing all kinds of stuff. She doesn't need him at this point, really.
I mean, and like the idea that they've been dating a total of 3 months, and 2 months of that was long distance, and now they are living together after, like, they've been living together for 1 month. Like, that is really just jumping into the deep end of a very, very tumultuous lake of fire. But, I do think at this point, they're still interacting with each other's representatives. And maybe not Jack so much, but Brittany is still presenting a certain way because she is the new girl, because she is filling this relationship out. Like,
Damn.
it's it's a tough, tough situation to be in. And I
It
agree,
is.
she needs to push him right out of her Nissan Altima onto
I would
the
love it.
ground.
I would love it. Yeah.
That was the
That's
last of it. Man, next week on the season finale, Jefferoo. The freaking party. Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, we get the party. Stassi and Kristen crash. We've already sort of seen that. Lala heckles Kristen's speech.
Yeah.
And Jackson James get into it. Jax threatens, says he's got a good 200 pounds on him.
Which I said like a year
Yeah.
ago. I was like, dude, just if you're that upset, like just wallop him. And,
And then
what is,
Lala pushes
I can't,
Kristen.
oh yeah, forget you're not even done with the blow by blow here.
Oh, yeah. And then Stassi and Jax have a chat too. So, that's the rundown. And then what were you going to say?
Does James say, you're not going to want to push me in front of Lisa or something like that?
I
Like, don't
believe
do that
so.
in front of Lisa?
I believe
Oh,
so.
sir, if you have any credibility,
What? No, there's no
up
cred.
and
Whoa.
just
Whose cred I am worried about in terms of street cred is going to be Kristen's. Because so far, Kristen has been the only thug on this cast. But now Lala is coming and she's performing thuggery. And I'm interested to see how this dynamic plays out, because we know Kristen's a bruiser and we know that Lala thinks that she's street. So
yeah, I
I
was
don't
going to
know.
say, she's been playing thuggish for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, since Jump, really, because I've
Yeah.
been like, what's this side of things?
Yeah. So Lauren from Utah, I don't know. I don't know who to put. If I was a betting lady, I would be very conflicted about who to put my money on here.
Oh, if those two straight up fought,
Yeah.
there's no way I'm going against Dodie. No
Maybe.
way.
I don't know. I'm conflicted.
She's
Okay.
got weight on her. She's got it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Do you have some because the pasts?
Just a few.
Okay.
Actually, just a couple. Music videos. Really?
Oh, right.
They're coming back
R.I.P.
a little bit now. And really, even then, they weren't huge. But I get, they're around some. But they used to be the biggest thing in the world. And I wish they were still. And, we got a Skype shout out. We thought they weren't able to do any courtroom Skyping. But I guess you could sometimes, just not in a felony case here.
Yeah. I also had Skype, not Zoom, on my list. I also had that esthetician, that hipster guy. Like,
yeah.
If I were to go to Party City and buy a hipster Halloween costume, that's what it would have looked like. Like, he had that big wide brim, he had that big deep V, he had on a chain, and he was just very.
He had the green, the green fedora tilted up. Yeah.
Yes, like that was very specific. Also, I think Schwartz said off the heezy.
I think twice. Did he say that twice that we've heard him say that now?
Yeah. So that was tough. That was tough on my psyche. And then you mentioned the $2,200 a month apartment, which, yes, back in the day, it would have been a lot of money. But like now, that would be so cheap for an apartment in LA. Like that would be like, you can barely find a 2-bedroom closet space apartment in our neck of the woods for $2,000. So that just gives us a little bit of look in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's the neighborhood and all, but like I moved out of Chicago 4 years before this is filmed, 3 or 4 years. We had a 2-bedroom and like spacious, and it was half that. And to me, that was a lot of money. So I'm just saying $2,250 for the 1-bedroom
I mean,
seems.
not to, like, shake my fist at the sky back in my day, but the very first house, little duplex that Noel and I lived in, which would have been, I don't know, 1999 to 2000, I think my rent was $650, and it was 3 bedrooms and had French doors.
Oh, yeah, I could do this all day, but
Yeah. So, hearing that number really positions me in time and space right there.
yeah, my heart dropped into my butthole when
Yeah.
I heard that. As they say, on the
So
season once again of Oops All Chumps.
okay, yes,
Who
I
do
have
you have?
2. I have 2 tied for chump.
Okay.
Schwartz, obviously. Sorry, you see me, like, doing my karate chop, and there are, like, some kind of, like, gnats or something in here, like the fruit flies, whatever, but you see me keep going like this.
You do
Schwartz.
chop anyway, so.
Yeah. Schwartz, which, we might have to put Schwartz on our list that we cannot name him
Well,
anymore.
I had him also. I mean, I want to hear your other one also, but like, I felt like, because this is my notebook. No one else is going to see this if I don't show you. Like, I even had reasons to like, because I felt like
I
if
write
I'm
reasons.
saying Schwartz at this point, I've got to say, like, not only are you a bonehead all around, like, you even give Jax room to do what, like, I have to explain it even farther, not to mention
I have, reasons
all
too.
the,
My
yeah.
reasons are he's a cuck, he's a wet blanket, and he is funny sometimes. And because I'm mad at him for being funny, because that makes me angry that I have to give him the credit for it.
If he was just a cuck, fine. If you're a wet blanket, that's fine. But he's not admitting and performing in that way. He's acting like someone in denial of being in those
Oh,
things,
he's a
which is,
closet cuck.
like, and he's not a complete wet blanket. He's just he's a shitty boyfriend is all he
Okay.
is. He's saying like,
Yeah.
no, but do we have to do that? How much does this cost? I'm like, what if it costs $10 billion? Then what? What are you going to do? Anything different than you are right now? Like,
Well, he's
nothing.
definitely yucking Katie's yum, and so that's what I mean by wet blanket
Yes, and
there.
that's what I had.
But
Yeah, that and
my
the freedom, give Jax the freedom to do whatever
my
is.
runner-up for Vanderpump is
Yes.
this goddamn party. You better not be a cock tease. This party better deliver on every front because you are shoving it down my throat, Vanderpump Rules, and don't disappoint.
So this is a like TBD chump. Tune in next week.
No, this like it's a pre-chump, right? Like they're already the chump. It hasn't even seen. We haven't
It's
seen
already
it.
it's already a dead horse, and they're just still continuing.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And then like if next week if it's like wah wah, then it's gonna be like the double chump.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
okay.
I don't. It
So,
seems like you're getting some fireworks if that's what you're after. So
well, my LVP also had to diamonds and rose for making a straight fool out of Schwartz, just handling
yeah,
him mightily,
yeah,
and also gave us the opportunity to see Lisa Vanderpump not so put together. Like you could see, like looks like she was in glam because you can see like her hair's pinned up. And
yeah.
there are some ways, and like either she was getting glam to go somewhere for Housewives or something, but like she's down there and she's just mad as hell. She's like, God, let go. God, what are you doing? Why'd you even let him out? Like she used her principal voice. And I was like, thank you, Diamonds and Rose.
Yeah.
Who's your LVP?
Possibly a shocking one. If you listen to Jeff talk about people on this podcast, it's Kristen.
I
I'm
love it when
guessing
you come on board.
this is like peak Kristen right here. She's doing well with the side hustle. She's moving more units every month.
Not
She's got
moving
a
more
younger
units.
side piece. She's dating somebody she's dating a hipster doofus that's tall, She
Yep.
has her younger side piece going on. There is a party to sneak into. She is helping Stassi move out, and she's the one helping her pick out her place. What's
Solid.
better?
Solid. That is solid.
As far as I know, I don't know everything about her life, but she's given us a lot of info over the years. And as far as I know, boxes are being checked all over the place in Doty World.
I mean, I'm here for it. I love it when you
I
can just
know.
get on board. You know how I feel about Kristen Doty. I did forget to do business at the top, and there's really not a lot. Just our Top Chef coverage this week. And if you are not listening to Emilie and I talk about Summer House and In the City, like, what are you doing with your life? It is very contentious. Like the online, juggernaut that is this. We have jumped into it to do that. And this week we're going to do a mega mini that's just, I don't know, maybe we'll see. But go back and listen to the mini episode this week because we are taking on some fun. Yeah, it's TBD. But we're taking on some fun, like sort of like more topical pop culture things. We're just checking in with each other and kind of doing a download of how we feel about our shows. So go listen to that. And of course, always follow us on all social media at Pinot Pod. And make sure that you are liking and reviewing and sharing wherever you're listening to podcasts because it helps us get into the zeitgeist a little more.
And emailing jeff@penultimate.com. That's jeff@penultimate.com. Also, things are pretty contentious on Top Chef. We don't need it completely swept under the rug.
And Top Chef, because we were down to a few.
I love that Eeyore's having quite a week on our pod between Seeger getting kicked off. He was always getting called Eeyore. Now you're getting it into Ariana on this show. So maybe Eeyore having an upcoming LVP of the pod.
I was just about to say maybe Eeyore should have been the LVP this week. But
that's just of the week. That's of the week.
We take it episode by episode. But either way, y'all come back. Always, as always, we have something happening every day. And go find us on social media. We have fun in there.
Thanks, y'all.